Boys, there's something to think about, right? If you were guaranteed to win, you were guaranteed to succeed, you would change the goal. You would immediately change the goal. You'd make it way more ambitious. You'd probably make the timelines more aggressive. You'd probably choose something that you just thought was like a pipe dream. You never thought it would ever be possible for someone like you. Got chickens in the neighbour's garden that just fucking, every time I pull my phone out or camera out and I'm filming, they go nuts. So apologies if you can hear the chickens. Silent anytime the camera isn't out. As soon as I get a camera out, they're booting off. But that statement is true, right? You would change the goal because you know you're going to win. So the variable that's really important there is the belief, not the goal itself. And this is where a lot of people go wrong with the goal setting. You're setting a goal based on what you think is possible for somebody like you to achieve. And that sounds logical and it sounds realistic, but like your mind is already set up to fail in a way if you've never taken care or at least been aware of how your mind works. Computers have a code embedded within them, right? This allows them to run programs. It allows them to detect errors. It allows them to do all sorts of things because they have a code, they have like an operating system. Your mind is not too dissimilar. You have paradigms, you have belief systems, you have limiting beliefs, you have a syntax. A syntax is essentially just like, you have a mental syntax, but a normal syntax is essentially how you organize like words, right? So there's a syntax for the English language. There's a syntax for communication in general. Like I'm saying a lot of individual separate words here. If I didn't say them in the right order and they didn't process properly, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying, right? So there's a syntax for language, but you have a mental syntax in your mind comprised of everything that you think is true or false. And that's kind of not confusing in itself, but that's kind of true or false within it. Because what you think is true or false isn't necessarily true or false. It's just what you perceive to be true or false. So if you think you're not a very competent or capable person, you have to understand that every time you get an idea that pops into your mind, all of these limiting beliefs that you're still holding on to, all of these mistakes and failures that you've made in the past, you judge everything that pops into your mind based on these ideas. So the point in life where I'm at now, I get a new idea, it's very ambitious, it's a new product to launch, or it's a separate business alongside my coaching business, or it's content ideas. And 2 or 3 years ago, I'd have never even thought of the idea. Now I get the idea and immediately I'm like, yeah, this is gonna fucking work. This is gonna work. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get organized and implement, but it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work. Because the way that I've organized my mind, the paradigms and the belief systems that I've installed and the mental syntax that I now run is so positive and it's so affirming of my ideas. But it didn't used to be. And that's pretty much all I want to share. This is like a new series, Coffee Thoughts. I'm just going to give you spit some raw bars when I get my morning coffee. The mornings are where I'm in my most creative kind of flow. That's all morning, but especially before the morning work block. The morning work block is like my favorite work block of all time. But like pre the morning work block, when I'm just kind of reading, meditating, journaling, aligning, that's just when I feel at my prime, at my peak. And especially with the time difference here in Bali as well, we're 7 hours ahead of the UK. So none of my clients are messaging at this point in time. It's a good time. It's a very good time. I have a lot of clarity. So I'm going to share some more thoughts with this. So the main thing for you to take away think about how your mind is currently set up. Is it set up as a detriment to you? Is it helping you move forward? What is the current syntax that you're running? It can all be changed, and it can all be changed for free. Won't be changed overnight. It's not just the ways of thinking, you have to act in alignment with it as well. You have to trust yourself. You have to stay true to your word at all times. This is how you build self-trust. But you align that with a new way of thinking as well. It doesn't come overnight. It takes a while to really reach the level where you have a complete new way of thinking, one that supports you and supports your growth and your ambition. But that's why you must do it now, because it isn't going to come overnight.